Okay, so my break from YouTube put me really behind on video making, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be organized about this. I'm gonna make a list of all the videos that I need to make so, you know, that I can be proactive and get this stuff done, and yeah, I'm a responsible adult. And then I misplaced the list. So instead I'm gonna do the 2011 YouTube survey because it's been like a week since I made a video and we need to get some content up in this bitch. Up in this bitch probably falls into the category of phrases I should avoid. And suddenly the sun comes out, so my lighting is gonna be fucked. Whatever. I was 14, and like a lot of people who grew up in small towns in the Midwest, it occurred in somebody's basement. Specifically the basement of my friend Nicole, because she was the one who always threw parties. I kissed a lot of people in that basement now that I think about it. It was with a boy named Alex, who I was dating at the time. But you know, like the 14-year-old version of dating, so you should assume that there's air quotes around it. We were playing Spin the Bottle, except we didn't have a bottle, so we were using a little orange plastic sand shovel, like the kind that you use at the beach. I've played a lot of games of Spin the Bottle with improvised objects. I don't know what that says about me. Yeah, so Alex and I had only been dating for like a week, I think, and I don't remember which of us spun, but clearly one of us did and it landed on the other and we were just kind of like, I guess we're doing this. It was a little gross. He tasted like Pepsi. I don't know, I feel like most people's first kiss falls somewhere on the spectrum between slightly awkward and horrifying. Fortunately, I was more towards the slightly awkward end. But still, if I had to pick one word to describe it, it would probably be weird or wet. There was a lot of saliva. I suspect that the answer to this for me will always be a winter coat. I have unusually broad shoulders for a girl, so it's very difficult for me to find winter coats that fit. And it's not like I could just not buy a coat because it's cold here in the winter and I would die. So like basically when I find a coat that fits, I just have to pay whatever they want for it because there's nothing else I can do. So here is my winter coat. It is a pea coat and it's super warm, but unfortunately most of the buttons fell off of it the first winter that I wore it. So that wasn't so hot. It's really big on me right now because I've lost like a little over 30 pounds since last winter, so this is probably going to be my last year with this coat. I was what you might call an imaginative child, so most of my first career choices were things that are not actual jobs that you can have, like a mermaid. I'm not actually sure what the first, real job that I wanted was, though. I seem to recall when I was 4 years old telling people that I wanted to be a fireman, but I don't know why because that was pretty blatantly not true. I suspect that I didn't really know and so I said it just to say something, which is a trait that I have carried on into my adult life, for better or for worse. I assume we're talking high school, so I'm gonna answer it that way. I actually had more than one group of friends. It's been my experience that high school is not nearly as cliquish as every single teen movie and television show would lead you to believe. It wasn't like everybody hung out with everybody, because that never happens. There are always people that you just don't really like or don't really know. But like the lines between groups were kind of blurry and hard to define. Like I had a lot of casual situational friendships, like the people who always ended up in classes with me, and the people who ended up at the same lunch table as me every semester. But I had two main groups of friends, I think. The first one was the kids that I was friends with in middle school, and then we all, traveled to high school together. I guess it was sort of like a freak/goth group, although not really. It was more that there were like freaks and goths involved in the mix. I don't know, maybe I was just friends with a lot of freaks and goths. Also, if you are currently in high school and you have the opportunity to hang out with the goths, you should do that. Because, secret time, most goths that I have met are actually really funny. I don't know, I think being funny requires a certain amount of not giving a fuck, and goths tend to have that in spades. Also, they're generally just really smart and good to talk to. I just like goths. They're cool people. And then I was also involved in theater in high school, so my second group was like all the drama kids. And there is that saying that with theater kids, there's more drama off stage than on, which is kind of true. But the great thing about theater people is that they always take care of their own. It was a good group to be in. I currently have no plans to have children, and I phrase it that way rather than saying I'm never going to have kids because I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in any kind of higher power, but I do believe in cosmic irony. So if I say I'm never going to have kids, I'm convinced that the universe is going to ensure that I'm, you know, that lady at Walmart with 3 kids under the age of 5. So, currently no plans to have kids. That being said, I have a first name that is just so ridiculously common amongst girls my age that I can't help thinking about good names for children because my parents kind of dropped the ball. It's okay, Mom, I still love you. So, as you could probably guess, my preference is for names that are somewhat uncommon, but, you know, not so uncommon that they're gonna get your kid beat up in school. I generally like sort of old-fashioned names. Like, I really like Faye, Simon, Adrian. I also really like boys' names on girls. I don't know why, but I think that's super cute. So I like girls' names that you can shorten into boys' names as like a nickname. So if you name your daughter Olivia, you could call her Liv, but you could also call her Ollie, which would be so cute. I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. I want everybody to do this because I think it's a really neat survey and I've enjoyed watching everybody's answers who's done it already. I would particularly like to see my fellow booktubers do this because I feel like the most important thing with the booktuber community is that we, you know, actually be a community and get to know each other because otherwise we're not actually a community. We're just a bunch of people sort of congregating in the same general internet space, which is silly. So yes, you should definitely do this. Be sure to put your video as a response to Naramon's original video, so you know they're all collected in one place. And I look forward to hearing all of your answers. Alright, that is it for me today. I will see you soon.